Welcome to this relaxing sleep story. I'll be your guide to slowly, effortlessly drift into sleep. The day has already softened. You've arrived at the quiet part now, where time begins to loosen. Let the air around you feel gentle, not cold, not warm, just perfectly still. Your body knows how to rest. You don't have to ask it. It remembers. Notice the faint rhythm of breath, steady and kind. Each inhale, a small beginning. Each exhale, a letting go. You're in a space meant for comfort. Soft light, soft fabric, soft thoughts. Nothing to fix, nothing to finish. Just this hush. You can drift here between waking and rest until the edges of the day fade into calm. Imagine a gentle breeze of comfort starting above you and flowing downward in a slow, pleasant wave. Brow smooth, jaw slack, throat spacious, shoulders sliding away from the ears, arms heavy and calm, hands warm, palms open. Notice the quiet rise and fall in your chest, like water ripples widening and fading. Belly soft and peaceful, hips and legs sinking into the mattress, supported completely. Knees, shins, ankles, loose and cozy. Soles of the feet warm, as if near a small hearth. Let the breath lengthen on its own. You're safe to release the day. It can fade. You arrive without hurry, as if the evening itself has opened a door and invited you to step inside quietly. The cafe is small and narrow, shaped by time rather than design, and the night has already begun to soften its edges. Warm light rests on wooden tables, polished smooth by countless elbows and cups, glowing gently against the darker street beyond the windows. Outside, the glass reflects lamplight and empty pavement, while inside, the air carries the last traces of roasted coffee and warm milk. A bell above the door gives a muted sound as it settles, no longer expecting anyone new to enter at this hour. The room feels paused, held between the day that has ended and the night that has fully arrived. Chairs are turned upside down and placed carefully on tabletops, their curved backs forming quiet patterns in the light. The floor beneath them shows faint scuffs and memories, softened by the evening hush. Behind the counter, cups rest upside down on folded cloths, drying slowly as if they have nowhere else to be. The espresso machine is silent now, its metal surfaces cooling, reflecting amber light in dull highlights. A small jar of sugar cubes stands untouched, its lid slightly ajar, catching a soft shadow along its rim. Saucers are stacked with patient precision, each one aligned as if listening to the quiet. The windows breathe with the night, holding a faint fog where warmth meets cool air. Street sounds arrive only as distant murmurs, footsteps passing without urgency, voices already fading. A menu board hangs above the counter, chalk letters half erased, waiting for another morning. The smell of baked bread lingers faintly, woven together with coffee and polished wood. You sense the cafe exhaling, letting go of its purpose for a while, becoming simply a room at rest. Nothing is rushed here, not even the closing, which unfolds like a familiar ritual repeated gently each night. Light pools beneath each lamp, leaving corners in soft shadow where time seems slower. The ceiling feels lower now, as if leaning closer to listen to the quiet. Even the clock on the wall ticks more softly, each movement absorbed by the stillness. A folded newspaper rests on the counter, its pages unread now, waiting without expectation. The door is locked, but it does not feel closed, only settled into its nighttime role. The cafe remains warm, holding the day's final warmth like a shared secret. The evening deepens almost without notice, and the cafe seems to sink further into itself, content with the quiet it has gathered. Shadows stretch longer across the floor, softening the lines between tables and walls until everything feels gently blurred. The counter holds its still life of cups and cloths unchanged, as if time has agreed to pass more slowly here. A faint hum from the building settles into the background, barely noticeable, like a distant lullaby. One last light above the counter glows steadily, warming the wood beneath it and leaving the rest of the room dim. The walls carry subtle textures, old paint, and faint marks that catch the light only when you look closely. Shelves behind the counter hold bottles and jars, labels turned outward, their colours muted by the night. Nothing moves, yet nothing feels empty, as though the cafe remembers every conversation it held earlier. Outside the window, the street has thinned to silence, the stones reflecting lamplight in quiet patterns. Occasionally, a distant footstep echoes, softened before it reaches the glass. A breeze passes somewhere beyond the door, unnoticed inside, where the air remains calm and still. Curtains rest half-drawn, their fabric glowing faintly where the light touches them. The smell of coffee has cooled into something softer, deeper, like a memory rather than a presence. Wooden tables seem heavier now, grounded, as if they have settled for the night. Each chair balances upside down without effort, their legs forming quiet arches above the tables. The arrangement feels intentional, comforting, like a familiar ending repeated every evening. A small stack of plates waits near the sink, clean and dry, reflecting a dull sheen. Water rests quietly in the pipes, no longer needed, content to remain still. The room listens to itself, aware only of its own quiet existence. Even the light seems slower, lingering before fading just a little more. You remain only as a gentle presence, observing without needing to move or change anything. The cafe holds you as it holds the night, without question or demand. Everything is prepared for rest, Not sleeping exactly, but a long, peaceful pause. The night settles more fully now, and the cafe seems to grow quieter, not by subtraction, but by acceptance. Light dims almost imperceptibly, as though the lamps themselves are growing tired and lowering their voices. Reflections in the windows soften, turning the street outside into a faint watercolor of glow and shadow. Inside, the warmth remains, steady and calm, holding its place against the cool beyond the glass. Dust motes rest where they are, visible only when the light catches them just right. The counter feels farther away now, not in distance, but in importance, having finished all it needed to do. Metal and porcelain have lost their shine, becoming gentle shapes rather than tools. The cafe no longer serves, it simply exists, content with stillness. A single chair near the wall is left on the floor, tucked in neatly, as if forgotten on purpose. Its seat reflects a small pool of light, offering a quiet place that no longer needs to be used. The walls seem to lean inward slightly, enclosing the room in a protective hush. Every surface feels settled, balanced, finished. Outside, the streetlight flickers once, then steadies, casting long shadows that do not move. No voices remain, no doors open or close, only the faint suggestion of the city resting nearby. The cafe hears none of it directly, wrapped instead in its own gentle silence. Time loosens here, stretching softly without direction. The air has cooled just enough to feel fresh, carrying the faintest trace of coffee and bread. Nothing new enters the room, and nothing feels like it should leave. This is the hour between usefulness and sleep, when spaces rest without dreaming yet. The cafe holds that hour carefully, like a cup placed down with intention. You remain aware only of presence, not thought, not movement, just the sense of being held in quiet. The room asks for nothing and gives nothing but calm in return. The night deepens again, another gentle layer settling into place. The cafe rests fully now, no longer transitioning, simply being what it is in the late hour. Light has softened to a gentle amber, touching only what it needs to touch before letting the rest fade. Corners dissolve into shadow, not dark, just quiet, like closed eyes listening. The room feels wider somehow, as if stillness has created more space than movement ever did. The windows no longer reflect much at all, only faint glimmers that drift and disappear. Outside exists, but it feels far away, unimportant, already wrapped in its own sleep. Inside, the air is even, calm, carrying warmth without direction. Nothing stirs, and nothing waits to be stirred. The chairs remain balanced above the tables, unbothered, as though they have always belonged there. Cups and saucers hold their places without memory of hands or lips. The counter is simply a surface now, smooth and quiet, reflecting a final pool of light. The cafe has released its stories for the night, keeping only their softness. Sound has thinned to almost nothing, not silence, but a gentle absence of interruption. Even the clock seems to have forgotten its purpose, resting between moments. Time is no longer counted here, only felt as a slow, even presence. The night breathes once more, deep and unhurried. Warmth lingers low in the room, near the floor, near the wood and stone. Above it, cooler air drifts without motion, perfectly balanced. The café does not sleep the way people do. It simply holds still. It will remember how to open again without effort. For now, it remains closed in the most peaceful way, gathered into itself. Nothing ends, nothing begins. Everything simply rests where it belongs. The light waits, the room waits, and the night continues on its quiet path. Later still, the café feels almost weightless, as though the night has gently lifted it out of time. The remaining light is faint now, more a feeling than a source, resting softly along the edges of things. Wood, glass, and stone blend together in quiet harmony, their boundaries softened by rest. Nothing insists on being noticed anymore. The air holds steady, neither warming nor cooling, simply existing in balance. Any lingering scent has settled into the walls, becoming part of the room itself. The windows appear darker now, like calm water at night, reflecting almost nothing. The street beyond has fully released its shape. Inside, the café keeps its stillness with care, like a promise kept without effort. Tables, chairs, and cups remain exactly where they are, content with their places. No thought of morning intrudes, no sense of before or after. Only this quiet moment stretches gently on. Sound has thinned into something barely there, a soft hush that feels complete. Even absence feels warm, as if the room is wrapped in its own quiet breath. The café no longer feels closed, only deeply at rest. Stillness settles like a final layer of night. Nothing changes now, and nothing needs to. The café remains, held softly within the darkness. Time drifts on without edges, smooth and uninterrupted. If you find comfort here, you're welcome to subscribe. So these quiet stories are here for you whenever you need rest. The story has quieted now. Only the rhythm of breathing remains. Each exhale smooths the mind. Each inhale gathers calm. Imagine the night folding around you like a slow-moving tide, warm, even, endless. Thoughts drift like small boats away from shore. The water holds them, then carries them softly out of view. You don't need to follow. You don't need to guide. Just float. The current knows where to go. The body's weightless. The air's kind. Sleep is already here, waiting with open hands. Let it take you. Let it keep you. Let it rest you.